This is the world's most indestructible, best pickup ever made that my buddy bought a week ago.
On Sunday.
And
exactly
it blew up
a week ago.
the very first day he drove it. What happened? So how did you get this indestructible truck?
So I had a 1991 Toyota Soarer, and I was like, I kind of want a pickup truck or some shit, like some shit to carry some stuff around.
Like you do.
So someone offered me to trade this 1992 Toyota Hilux Surf. I said yes, and I went, and I got it. It was running good. Everything was fine with it. On my way home, it started losing power slowly, and I got to a stoplight, and it went running really bad. I tried changing spark plugs. I tested spark everything. I finally did a compression test, and I had 60 psi in the back two right cylinders, so I thought it was a head gasket, but we'll show you guys how it is right now.
So where did this indestructible truck come from?
Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida. Wah, 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 wah. So the thing has 100,000 miles on it. These are relatively known as some of the best trucks ever, and in this case, it kind of, I guess we learned the lesson of not every vehicle will break. Every single vehicle will break.
Everything will break.
And it doesn't matter what brand name is on it, but either way, so basically he picked this thing up from Miami. We're about 50 miles away from Miami, so what, an hour drive? Hour and a half. He drove it back. It was fine. And the very next day, it basically blew up. He was going to send it to a shop. It's kind of my fault in a way because I swayed him. We brought it back here. We looked at it. We did some research, and all the research basically said the head gasket probably blew. We figured the head gasket had blown between the two cylinders, and
it wasn't overheating. I was pretty sure it was going to be a compression leak between the two, but
we took the thing apart. The actual hardest part was probably taking the intake and intake manifold.
So many wires, so many vacuum lines.
Everything on the top of the motor. There's so many little wires, but I'll show you guys closer up in a minute here. But basically, it's a damn Toyota, so we're like, can't be that bad. But either way, so let's see. I want to show him around this thing a little bit before we get into. We're gonna leave him in the engine bay. Here's what we've done. We ripped the heads off. The reason we ripped the heads off was because our assumption was it was going to be the head gasket. These back two cylinders.
These are the low compression ones, as you can probably tell.
Right. So, and interesting enough, something I didn't know that maybe you guys already knew was that these had EGR. These, I was like, wow, those look really black, and so did the intake and everything else, but they recirculate the exhaust, and that's just something they came with. It probably took us 8 hours of labor, but we did it throughout 4 days. It really wasn't that bad, and you know what? Amazingly enough, no bolts broke.
Not a single bolt, nothing. Some were tough to get out, but nothing broke at least.
When we went to take the crankshaft pulley,
we didn't even have to use the machine. It just slid right off.
He put the puller on there, tightened it up, and
just came right off.
Took the pulley off. Super, super lucky. Basically, the hardest part of getting this far was trying to be really gentle with all these sensors. They're really brittle.
We broke a couple of those.
We broke a few. We didn't fully break them. We just kind of broke some of the tabs. It's a 1992. It's 2024, so that makes it 32 years old. And
it's surprised that these aren't as brittle as they are, but you can see all this is from the injector stuff. Look how easily this shit falls apart.
Amazingly, the hoses are not as bad as you would think they are, right? After 30 years. We don't know if they're the original hoses, but we can probably assume they are.
Yeah, they're all numbered and say Denso and Toyota on them. Show him the sheets. Show him the seats.
Oh, yeah. He's very impressed. He likes these seats a lot. I do too.
OEM Recaros. I've never seen this in my life. The back seats match and everything. We can't show them because I got shit everywhere, but these are the OEM seats, which is hilarious.
The interior is really clean. I'm 32 years old, and something I like about these Japanese import cars, I haven't seen this.
Oh, this dumbass mirror that does absolutely nothing.
Well,
I guess it's for when you're off-roading and you can see the rocks and everything next to you, but you can't. It doesn't work. It's so far away from you. You gotta
Did the American ones come with the front bumper like this?
I'm not too sure. It might have, but I know this is OEM. Like on the bottom it says Toyota and it has like Helix badge and everything.
Nobody would have gone out of their way
To put this ugly thing on there.
Brand Hilux. Definitely stock. I don't know what PIAA. I don't know.
Oh, it's
what
like a
that
brand of
stands
off-roading
for.
lights. Yeah.
There's something interesting that I think's funny is these damn
Gigantic rain smoking mirrors.
They are
Or
ginormous.
the visors, I mean.
They're ginormous. There's no way the American ones came with these.
No, I don't think so.
They're really funny, and you can see here, Surf. Somebody told me they're called Surf because people in Japan like to surf, and they would use these trucks for something.
Well, I think it's because the window goes down in the back, and you can have your surfboards hanging out. This is pretty much a 4Runner, but I think at least this trim level, it comes with the big stupid tire rack and then the wider fenders.
So this is like the highest trim level of this vehicle, right?
Yeah, it's SSRG, yeah. It has Toyota Thames. A lot of like the old Toyotas have that. Basically, you can just make it stiff or hard, or stiff or not stiff, with the click of a button. 197,000 kilometers.
That is immaculately clean interior.
Which this is like the highest mileage Japanese car, but like that Honda over there has 92,000 kilometers on it. And I've imported like K cars with like 40,000 kilometers on them.
Here we get the bad stuff. If we open the back up, you can see the explosion.
Trying to be organized, but you know how it goes. We got everything in bags labeled.
You wouldn't believe it, but we have meticulously tried to organize and label every single thing we've done. So there's your intake manifold. Where was the intake cover? Somewhere.
It's right here.
Oh, it's under here.
Yeah.
This was really annoying to take off because of all those. You see all these little lines.
Yeah, it probably took us 3 hours just to get that thing off. Like,
it took us longer to get this off than it did to get. What's it? The alternator. All the pulleys came out really simple. To be honest.
This is a really simple truck. Toyota usually they want you to work on their cars, you know.
I don't think they hated their mechanics. We are by no means some master mechanics, but we managed to get it done in the lovely shop. And yeah. It's been like probably 4 days we've been working on this thing. I haven't been making any other videos, so I kind of wanted to showcase this truck. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. So we got the heads off, and I was hoping that it was going to just be like a definitive, oh, the head gasket's blown. But, you know, that's not how it goes. So we got the head gasket off, and it looked perfect. Like, it didn't even look blown or anything. So now I'm confused on why I have low compression on those two cylinders. But tomorrow I'm going to drop the heads off at a machine shop, and hopefully they're going to figure out something either wrong with the heads or maybe the valves are out of spec. But I think it's weird that two cylinders side by side would go bad at the same time, you know what I mean? The valves do have shims, so like if they are like 0.2 off or whatever, like a millimeter, like it can cause low compression. I had a Yamaha Grizzly, like a four-wheeler, and the valves were slightly too tight and it had like 0 PSI of compression. The dude thought the motor was blowing up. I went home and I did like the valve adjustment and it started right up, had like compression and everything.
But you know what? I think it'll be good though.
Yeah.
I think he plans to keep this truck for a good long time, and I think once this work is done.
The way I'm looking at it is I messed up. I bought a piece of shit, but I think I'm about $1,500 in with everything, and then I'll have like probably hopefully a bulletproof Toyota 4x4, you know.
I think you will.
I ain't complaining.
What do you plan to do while the motor is ripped out and everything is?
Yeah, so I'm gonna drop the heads off at the machine shop tomorrow, and then I'm gonna be coming over here. I gotta get all this gasket material off. I want to clean the top of the pistons. I want to degrease everything, just so all those parts in the back, I'm gonna bring them in the parts cleaner, clean everything up, just so when we're putting it back together, we're certain everything's good, and we're not gonna be getting our hands dirty. And in the future, I'll be able to actually work on it and not kill myself.
Do any of your kits come with anything for the water or the thermostat or?
Yeah, the timing belt kit, it comes with the whole, it's a brand new water pump and
nice, and
like a thermostat and everything. It comes with all the gaskets, so and
that'd
all
be
the
good.
pulleys too, like the belt tensioners for the timing belt and everything. So
while he's here, he'll have a pretty easy time changing his oil. I think there's
the
starter. I think this is an interesting design.
Yeah, I don't even know how you get that thing out from the bottom. And the exhaust manifold's right on top of it.
I just find it interesting that they have that starter buried all the way down there. Now, admittedly, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a pretty easy way to get to it from the bottom. I needed a break from working on the Duramax. This thing, admittedly, is a lot more fun to work on than the Duramax. It's actually at you know, working operating height. You don't have to be up on steps to work on it. Honestly, I think the thing that's in the way more than anything
This dumbass
is
bull
this
bar.
huge
Yeah.
bull guard.
We're like doing this
Over
half
it.
the time when we're working on it.
There's your precautionary tell. Just because it's a Toyota doesn't mean that it won't break. Every vehicle breaks. It's a fact of life. It's like getting old. Anywho, we're going to put the hood on this thing and push it back, and that's pretty much it for now. We did everything we needed to do. We got the heads off. We got everything ready to go to the shop, and I guess we'll see what happens. We got a real head scratcher here. So let's get this dang hood off and ship it to its resting spot. Most people would either spend $5 grand at a shop, or, I mean, maybe give up, or probably message the seller really mad and try to get their vehicle back. But we're going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt.
He probably knew, but you never
Probably knew. It came from Miami. I mean, you know. Oh, yeah. Been getting my workout with this thing. Oh, yeah. Oh. You ever exert yourself and immediately your head starts pounding? That's where she's going to sit for the next week or whatever. Hopefully we get a good turnaround from the machine shop. Hopefully it doesn't cost them an arm and a leg. Maybe they can give us a couple answers on what's going on with the truck. And that's about that. It's a really, really good looking truck. So, yeah. If you guys want to see more of this truck and are curious to see what's going to happen with it, I guess only time will tell. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments down below. It's my buddy Sal. I want to get him doing the YouTube maybe sometime soon. And, yeah, I need you guys to give some advice or words of wisdom or motivation, because he kind of got screwed a little bit. So maybe possibly one of the most unfortunate. How does this thing break?
Yeah, this is the biggest product. I've never torn a motor out, so we're doing it.
So we're getting some stuff done. Well, either way, guys, I appreciate you watching this and watching all the videos, and some more videos will be up pretty soon, and that's about it. So I'm gonna cross my fingers and my toes right now, and at the snap of my finger in a couple weeks, this thing will be running and driving. Wouldn't that be nice? Send some good luck, boys. I'll catch you guys later. What's up, guys? I figured I'd give you a little update before this video ends. It's the day later, and Sal actually went to work. They did a leak down test on that cylinder head that was bad, and they did find that it was leaking. The valves are bad or whatever, which is a good thing. So now we actually know. We found what was wrong with the thing. He already got them dropped off at the machine shop. Hopefully they'll get a decent turnaround, because he's got to move soon. And yeah, so if you guys want to see us put that thing back together and get it running, let me know. If not, videos coming soon. I appreciate y'all watching, and peace. Have a great rest of your day.